out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
Hey man, apparently Lomachenko back like cooked crack, right? Came over to the States, want to fight Jamaine Ortiz. That's who he's supposed to be fighting in October. I thought he'd be suiting over to Saudi Arabia. Probably got some business to handle. Obviously, he's been relieved of his detail in Ukraine. That's cool, you know, because he ain't got much time neither. 34 years old. You know, so you know, you had that many amateur fights. It ain't like he like a Donna Stevenson, you know, young 34, young 35, young 37. You know, and even when he hit around 39, it was over with. So your age is your age. That's what I can tell y'all. Your age is your age, bro. You know, what you eat and how you preserve your body is up to you, but it's still some things you can't avoid. But, you know, Usyk, you know, it's different because he don't have to cut weight neither. So he's comfortable as possible. So it helps, scave off the fall off, right? So, but nonetheless, man, I didn't see Jamil here in last fight, or I don't recall seeing his last fight. So, I really can't say. I haven't seen a lot of Jamaine Ortiz. I know he got 15 wins, 1 draw, whatever. People saying it's a tough fight to come back against, and I don't know, but it really ain't no other competitors there. I mean, the ideal fight, you know, especially if Ryan Garcia and the top fighters tied up, you know, would have been Joseph Diaz, but he tied up with Williams and Zepeda. So, you know, ain't really nothing really there. If I'm being quite honest, and ain't really nothing there to fight. So Jamaine Ortiz, a young, hungry lion. I think he got 1 loss, no draws. You know, Lomachenko back. You know, obviously Devin Haney and them was pushing Top Rank to make that fight, but Loma said he need tune-up. People point to Usyk. Yeah, you know, Usyk got like 65 million reasons not to get a damn tune-up. You know, so that make a lot of sense. That Anthony Joshua fight is too much money to need a tune-up. You know, and then if he loses, he got to build an excuse for Lomachenko. He lose again, it's a wrap. He journeyman status pretty much, even though he'd be a very high-skilled journeyman. He already got 2 losses. He lost to a prospect a lot of people think with a belt. So, Devin Haney said he called the shots he wanted to fight now, and obviously, you know, most people think he's trying to gain a competitive advantage over Lomachenko, and as he should. If we being honest, as he should. You know, because Lomachenko didn't want to fight him to begin with, so it's going to be interesting. You know, because the Lomachenko fight is not, you know, Devin Haney not going to get on pay-per-view with that fight. You know, he not going to be on pay-per-view. So what do you got to gain from beat Lomachenko? Nothing. You know, nothing. Even for Anthony Joshua, you know, he get his belts back, but it's going to be a built-in excuse because of the war. So what do you really, you know, got to gain, especially for Haney being a dude who got 2 losses already? You know, what you got to gain, you know, waiting on, you know, being the guy Teofimo Lopez beat. He ain't, you know, Haney ain't no knockout puncher. He ain't going to knock Lomachenko out. You know, so it really don't serve a purpose. You ducked me. You had an opportunity to fight me and get the real belt. You didn't do so. So really, in reality, it's really nothing else to talk about. But he signed a 3-fight deal, and somebody told me that Camboso's and Lou DiBella beefing and all that, because Camboso changed into a little asshole, whatever. But it make more sense to match him up with Teofimo Lopez if they can get him a belt. Well, 3 fights. I mean, right now, you know, Eddie Hearn said he doesn't have the money for Billy Joe Saunders. There's been a couple fighters. I mean, obviously, he don't have the money for Conor Benn if he sent him to go fight Chris fucking Eubanks. So, money funny everywhere. I mean, Triller, you know, failed to play Swiss Beats and Timberland. They money for versus, for purchasing versus. So, if you think about it, it's real tight right now. It's real tight. You know? So everybody having money issues. Probably, you know, Top Rank been the ones that really ain't complaining about it, but guess what? They don't want to spend money with Fury and Tyson and Dillian White. Put big money up, but they ain't really putting on no big shows. You know, they not living above they not living above their means. Think about who their highest grossing fighter not named Tyson Fury. Still more Crawford. Lomachenko don't cost much. Shakur don't cost much. None of their fighters cost much. They don't have no major players in the welterweight division. They don't have no major players in the super welterweight division. At middleweight, who they really got? Come on, Zanabic. Him and Dimitri beat Andrade. On social media, Zanabic don't bring nothing but risk. No money, no risk. But hey, Dimitri's Andrade, people say, what are you gonna do? Vacate him, man, bro. He don't have no choice. Without that belt, Andrade is a non-fucking factor in boxing. But that's a whole nother video that I may or may not get to. Who knows? If we being quite honest. So, like I continue to say, honestly, this year it had it in the middle of this kind of springtime. It had a bang, and it was looking like it'd been one of the best years in boxing history. Right now, it's in flux. Could have got Shakur and Everade, and some other stuff happened with that. Could have got Crawford and Spence. We gotta see what happened with that. Tank and Ryan, gotta see what happened with that. So it is what it is. But overall, it's a cool fight. It's a good comeback fight, but it don't really tell me nothing at all. Hyping Lomachenko up to be some Terminator, but he ain't lost twice. So with him and Haney, obviously that's a fight next year. But Haney, what do you get? They gonna pay you $10 million for stepping in the ring with him. Like I said with Lomachenko, what else what he gonna prove? Fighting Haney, fighting Shakur Stevenson. It's not like they Duran, Pernell Whitaker, Chavez Sr. or nothing like that, but it is what it is. But he fights somebody young, hungry, and Jamaine Ortiz coming off a big win versus Jamel Herring. These might have stopped Jamel Herring. I didn't watch the fight. I'm sorry. I don't even remember that. I remember them making it, but I don't even remember it happening. I don't know what I was doing when it happened. I probably was busy. But Top Rank ain't really, they the one company that never just continued to overpay for guys on a consistent basis. And it's hard to tell people like, oh man, niggas is making money. Oh man, it's the pandemic. Oh, my contract say this, or my contract say that. Hard to tell them that, man. Hey man, we can pay you $6 million a year, over $6 million a year, but you're gonna have to fight 4 times a year, be the co-feature. Fight on a couple cards like this, that, and third. And we split it up into 1.5. Or we split it up to 2, whatever it may be. That's how you get your 6, 6.5, 7, whatever it may be. Come on. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Real talk. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I'm just being honest. Ain't nobody trying to hear that malarkey. But it is what it is. So Top Rank the ones that got some passive income coming in from a luxurious library. Let me stop. I'm in the suburbs. I ain't even gonna chance it. They got a really, really good library. And they made some smart business decisions. Bob, in the market, he was when he had to have somebody that made financial since he paid money for it. And I was just paying a whole bunch of money, keep you from going here, keep you from going here, keep you from going there. Eddie Hearn, keep you over here, keep you from going here. And and they pockets looking suspect right now. And the money up. Triller did the same thing. Spent all this money on boxing. This event. And guess what? Look at them. Broke. And what's so funny is you continuously hear black artists or athletes have issue with getting money. Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Swiss Beats, Timberland, right? But you never hear Jake Paul complain about money, not to my knowledge. You never hear Jake Paul complain about the money. You never heard anybody else complain about the money. White. But hey, it is what it is. But with Lomachenko, solid fight, but I can care less. What they buying? I mean, what they selling, man, I mean, he's a good fighter, no doubt about it. But it's just not like, oh shit, Mike Tyson fighting, or oh shit, Errol Spence fighting. Oh shit, Deontay White, they don't have that cachet. And then I don't even watch Jamaine Ortiz. I feel like he ain't got a goddamn shot. He's billed as a fucking tune-up. He said he wanted tune-up. And what they continue to do is tune up on our dime. Most importantly, tune up on our time. In boxing, it's just enough. And top rank shows don't even be hitting like that, to be honest. The zone shows don't. The only time top rank shows hit is when Shakur Stevenson fight. That's the only time. That's the only time it feel like he got some good synergy in there, in the building. Some real, real, you know what I'm saying? When the rest of them dudes fight, bruh, it's like, It ain't like, oh man, he fighting tonight. I'd be like, I really just don't be pressed. So obviously Showtime and PBC got the best setup. No doubt about it. And they got grandfathered in names. But you gotta think, what if them names just don't, be grandfathered in no more? Who the next star? How they gonna get the baton? They still trying to make some of their stuff star, but I'm gonna definitely watch. But on the cool, it looked like Conor Ben and Chris Eubanks Jr. the best fight coming up in the fall so far. And yes, I'm more interested in that than Wilder and Helenius. Honestly, that's what it's looking like. Fights that's actually made. They fight looking like the best one. Because Shakur Stevenson, Robert Kasinko, like, what the fuck? Who asked for that fight? And that's what happened when everybody stay in house. The fans suffer. That's what happened. They could have did Sheik Foster. They could have did that fight, and that would have been way more anticipated than Robinson Kasinko. What about that fight? Honestly. So like I said, all these dudes gonna continue to suffer until they start working together. And my interest scale on the 1 to 10 for Lomachenko and Jermaine Ortiz is a 3. I forgot what they said on the card. Somebody on the co-feature. I forget. I don't even care. They said somebody gonna be the co-feature. It's solid. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, even though Devin Haney can't both so fighting again, give me Conor Ben, Christian. They got the best fight coming up. Darrell and Caleb playing the Wilder Helenius undercard. That's very interesting. I must say myself, that's a very interesting fight. Not gonna lie to you. And I might put some money on Darrell. Nothing personal against Caleb Plant. Might put a couple dollars on Darrell. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financial and support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313, Venmo, CJ Good313, PayPal in the description. The link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.